Hi everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd start off today's meal prep video with a little chit chat and then we'll jump right in. So I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but over here I have some dishes drying on the sink as I forgot to run my dishwasher last night. So that is super odd for me. We came in from a dinner with friends and I just didn't think about it. So instead of making excuses and thinking, well, I can't do it because I don't have my kitchen ready to go, I just went ahead, took a few minutes, hand washed the dishes, and I'm ready. So I went ahead and made my eggs while I showered this morning, as I'm sure you can see back here. And I thought that that would be really quick. I could get that done, get that out of the way, and have my boiled eggs done for snacking. And then I have to laugh because on normal meal prep days that I'm not filming, my hair is up in a ponytail. I am sometimes still in my robe while I'm doing half of it. As I was getting ready today, I'm like, man, this is a lot of work just to get presentable to be in front of the camera. So I just thought maybe you would get a chuckle about that too. So I've been asked several times to talk a little bit about my journey. So for those of you who have not, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my intro video, but for those of you who are new to my channel or haven't seen my intro video, which it was like one of my first videos and I was so nervous, so maybe don't go watch that. Just shh, we'll forget I said that. So I started with the WW program a little over 12 years ago. And I made Lifetime, I want to say 9 or 10 months after. And if you attend my classes, you know I've been Lifetime 3 times. So this last time it finally stuck. And I'm currently maintaining a 50-pound weight loss. And I will put a before and after picture. I have one from last year. I'll just put it here. So that you can see the before and after from when I started my journey. I get asked for this all the time. I do have one on my Instagram page and it's been there forever, but I forget that there have been some new subscribers to my channel and I probably haven't mentioned it in a while. So I'll put that in here so that you can see that. Today I am going to do a quick meal prep. I'm going to make a couple of items that I have made before. So I'll show some of it, but I'll skim through some of the harder parts so that, not harder parts, but the lengthier parts, so that it'll be a little quicker on the meal prep. I know some of my meal prep videos run a little longer sometimes and I try to shorten them up, but I mean, when you're doing meal prep, it takes a little while and it takes commitment to do that meal prep. I normally don't do back-to-back weeks on meal prep, but being how I am trying like heck to focus this month, I thought maybe I would just go ahead and film it and maybe that would give me the extra push to do a little more today than just my basic meal prep and then fumble with it throughout the week. Most weeks I am spot on. I try to get as much done. I had a little busier weekend this weekend, so I didn't have a chance to do some of my pre-prep stuff or my planning. So today I sat down and decided that I would just do it. I'm just going to jump right in and do it. So for breakfast, I'm going to make my husband his breakfast sandwiches. I will not show that today because I show that all the time. And I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to do a breakfast casserole for myself or whether or not I want waffles. So I'll put a picture at the end of whichever one I decide. And I will try to link the recipes that I've done before. So that if you want to go back and get the full recipes with the full ingredients list, I'll put that below in the comments section. For lunches, my husband's going to have tuna sandwiches and chips this week. I am going to probably have soup that I have left over. So I'll probably have soup, but I was thinking about maybe doing a chicken veggie rice. I think I have the ingredients for it, so if I make that, great. If I don't, I will add it to one of my upcoming videos, but I'm pretty sure I have everything that I need in my freezers. And if you watched my January goals video, I am trying to clear out my fridge, my freezers, my cabinets, because I am just overloaded with extra stockpiled groceries. I have no idea how it happened. But I went to put something in my freezer the other day and I almost didn't get it to fit. So it's time to start eating from the freezer and get that emptied to where I can get some fresh stuff in there. And let's be honest, let's figure out what's in there, because truly I have no idea. Please comment below. Tell me if you have that issue sometimes. You just buy and you buy and you buy, and all of a sudden you have 15 pounds of chicken breast and leftover this, and sometimes I make 2, freeze 1, so it's on telling. We'll see. I will keep you posted on what I find in there. So that's what I'm going to make for my lunch. Now for dinners this week, we're going to have chicken shawarma wraps, pork carnito tacos, and refried beans, sausage dog and fries, and I think I might try to do a French fry recipe this week in my air fryer, because I got the coolest thing. Maybe I'll take a picture and insert it here, but I got a French fry cutter, so I'm pretty excited to give that a try. Then we're going to have leftover chili. I have some venison chili in the freezer downstairs, so we're going to have that for dinner one day. And then I'm going to make my lasagna soup. So super stoked about that, because of the fact that I can have that for my lunches this week and have it for one of our dinners, hopefully today. I think I'm going to just make that for dinner today. Now, when I made my lasagna soup on my channel before, I had made I'd used the 93.7 turkey in it, and today I'm going to be using ground chicken breast that we ground up ourselves. We had bought the meat grinder, which I'm sure you've seen it on my counter during my December videos, but we had bought a meat grinder and we just bought, I don't know, 10-12 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast, and we ground it ourselves. So that's been super handy. So I'm going to go ahead and use that today for the soup, and that's going to lower the points. So when I get that done, I'll put a comment, in the soup section when I'm filming that part, as to what the points are. If you use the 93.7, it is going to be 5 SmartPoints per bowl, which I think is 1 cup. And I'll recalculate the points, because I'm not sure if I have the same ricotta cheese or whatever the case may be, but I'll recalculate the points and I'll put it in the video so that you can see how many points it is when I've changed up the ingredients a little. But again, I'll link the original video below so that you can get to it if you want to make that. All right, enough chit chat. I'm not even sure how long I've been rambling, so let's jump in and get started. We're going to throw together our lasagna soup, and again, I will post this full video down below. So it's going to call for some, what I have here called chicken sausage, garlic. It calls for tomato sauce and a couple other things. I have some jarred marinara sauce. I'm just going to go ahead and use that. Some chicken base. I have some peppers, some onions, some diced tomatoes, some seasoning, some brown sugar. But again, I will post the other video where I go into measurements and this, that, and the other on it. Again, I'm just doing this for dinner today and the meal prep. So what I thought I would do is I'll just go ahead and throw this together and we'll let this get going, and then we'll start on our next thing. So I am going to also saute my vegetables before I throw everything else in. So let's go ahead and get this started. So I'm just going to hit the saute button, and I'm going to pour in just a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm just going to let that go ahead and get hot. And then once that gets hot, I will turn around and throw in my onions and peppers. So we're just going to give that a minute to happen. Okay, we're just going to check the temperature on this. So I always just take one little piece of onion and drop it. And see. And it looks like it is hot enough. So I'm going to go ahead and dump in my peppers. Or should I say my onions. and my peppers, which are frozen. I had to pull those out of the freezer and chop those. We're going to put those in there. Going to give those a quick stir. And again, it's going to bring that temperature down just because of the fact that those peppers were frozen. So I'll give that a second to come back up to heat. And then we'll start to saute those before we start to add the rest of our ingredients. Okay, as you can see, these are sauteing up really nice. So next I'm going to add in my garlic. That's when your house starts smelling really good. I'm going to add in a little bit of water to glaze the bottom of the pan. Just to make sure there's no little bits stuck on it. Alright, that's good. Alright, I'm going to add in a total of 3 cups of water. Then I'm going to start to layer the rest of the ingredients on top. I'm going to add in some better than bouillon chicken to make the broth. And the one that I'm using is just the kind that I picked up from Sam's Club. Give that a quick little stir. Now I'm going to add in some petite diced tomatoes. And again, I am changing this recipe up from my original, just using up some of the ingredients that I had in my fridge. I've got some marinara sauce. Add in a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. A tablespoon of brown sugar's going in there. I'm going to go ahead and add in some of the chicken sausage that I made. Just going to add in 2 cups of that. Next thing we're going to add in is 12 ounces of pasta. Going to give that a little stir, check the water. You always want to make sure when you're doing pasta in the Instant Pot that you cover the pasta in water, and in this case I'm going to add just a little bit more. Okay, that looks good. All right, time to turn this baby on. All right, so we're just gonna pop the lid on. We're gonna make sure our button is on sealing, this little button here. Then I'm going to go ahead and press the manual button. I'm gonna back this down to 3 minutes. And we're going to cook that on high pressure for 3 minutes, and then we're going to let it do a natural release for 10 minutes. And then I'll let the pressure out, and then our lasagna soup will be done. So we're going to let that go and see what's next on our meal prep. I almost forgot one thing. I was supposed to add a bay leaf. There we go. All right, we're gonna let it do its thing. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna go ahead and mix up some tuna for the week, and I'm sure everybody knows how to do tuna, so I thought I would just show you my tuna can strainer from Pampered Chef. Not sponsored, just love this tool. So if you have not seen this, it's just a can strainer. Let me know down below if you have one of these. I love this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain the tuna and show you how simple that is. Maybe I'll just grab another bowl up here. Let's see if I have that in there. I do. So all I do is I put this on top here and then I hold it. Hopefully you're seeing that. And it squeezes all the juice out. So this is chunk tuna in water. But check it out. Drains it all out. How cool is that? All right, so I'm just gonna mix up some tuna here. I have some light Miracle Whip and not sure the points. I'll point this out when I'm done. And I'm just gonna add some tuna, some Miracle Whip, and I have some leftover red onions that I already chopped. That's what they look like. So I'm gonna add those in there and we'll have some tuna for sandwiches later in the week. So let me go ahead and finish this up, and we're still waiting for our Instant Pot to come to pressure. You can see here, my husband's breakfast sandwiches are done. I'm gonna get those in the fridge next, and then I will carry on. I should say, if you want me to show you the tuna in a future video, let me know down below and I'll make sure and include the steps for that. But I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to make tuna, so I didn't want to bore you with that today. Can you hear our Instant Pot? It's getting ready to come to pressure. If you watch right here, it's a little hot, so I can't keep my finger there. But right here, what's going to happen is our knob is going to pop up and the pot is just about ready to seal. Did you see it? A little button right here. I don't know why. I've had these things for almost a year now, and it still just makes me happy every time I see that little button pop up. All right, I'm gonna get my tuna done and then I'll come back. Okay, so my tuna's done. It's pretty simple. Tuna, Miracle Whip, onions. I used a half cup of Miracle Whip and that comes out to 5 SmartPoints. So I figure I'm gonna get 5 to 6 sandwiches out of this. So I'm going to call this 1 point tuna. So, all right, let's see what's next. Okay, so I only have 2 more things left to do on my list. I was gonna make that rice, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna fit that in today, so maybe I'll try to make that as a side dish tomorrow, and then I will have that for later on. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have some unsweetened applesauce. So I'm just going to pour that into some containers. I'm gonna try to equally put it in 4 containers. If I have 3 containers worth, that's fine, which it looks like that's what I'm gonna do. I have another one that's unopened, but I think I'll just wait to open that one up and go ahead and eat the rest of this. So I've got that and unsweetened applesauce, 0 SmartPoints. So I just have some ground cinnamon. There we go. And I'm just gonna sprinkle some of that on top. And that'll be a nice little sweet treat to pack in my lunches. All right, there we go. Super simple, super easy, and it's really, really good. If you haven't tried this before, give it a try. All right, so I'm just gonna pop those lids on. And then I was gonna make waffles, but again, today got away from me. So I think I'm just going to have the overnight oats. 1 more week. I'm gonna go ahead and mix up 3 of those. So I've got my stuff on the other counter. So I'm just gonna switch that out real quick. Get set up for that. I had my bowl over here. I was hoping to, like I said, go ahead and mix up those waffles. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow night and I'll have waffles another day. But again, I can always take the overnight oats. It's super easy. So I'm sure you've seen me do this a million times. So I'm not going to film this because I did do a standalone video for this. So I have oats, I have unsweetened vanilla almond milk, vanilla extract, PB Fit, which is the same as PB2, and some Sweet and Low. So I'm going to go ahead and throw those together, and then maybe I'll insert a picture of our lasagna soup as I'm whipping that up for dinner. So if I see anything else, maybe I'll insert something in before now, but if not, I'm going to wrap up this small meal prep. Hope you enjoyed coming along with me today while I set up for my week. And with that said, have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, I went ahead and packed up my lunches. I had 2 bowls of the lasagna soup. And then from leftovers last week, I still had some turkey breast. So I pulled some of my cranberry sauce. I had some cranberries and I just threw it in a pan with some water and some Truvia and whip that up. So I put that over top of my turkey, and that is my leftover mushrooms, onions, asparagus, and corn from one dinner last week. And then tomorrow I'll be having my turkey taco pasta. This is my last container of this, so I'll be having that for lunch tomorrow. So I have 4 lunches that should get me through the next couple of days. I think I'm going to eat lunch out one day next week, so I only need 4. So I just wanted to kind of bring you back in and tell you that my lunches are packed and ready to go. So we'll see you later.